Because going back to what you said about having more, happiness being, the purpose of life. And we mentioned freedom as one of the key aspects of that. For her and for me, I would say, one of the key aspects of that is also healthy relationships, because we are social creatures. We, for whatever reason, typically can't just live on our own, a lone life as an island. And so she has made that her purpose, to help people have healthier relationships with their friends and family. And she has chosen to do that through being a therapist, being a counselor. And that's what her education has been focused around. And ideally where she would like to be many years in the future is where she can do a sliding scale charges for, she always wants people to at least pay a little bit of something for the counseling, because then they take it seriously. But, there are people she wants to give access to that kind of therapy and counseling who normally wouldn't have the monetary resources. But if she knows how to run a good business and how to make good money, because of the way she markets herself, because of the types of products that she has, the income streams that she creates, she can be free then to, have some time where to spend that, have that sliding scale. Let some people pay less for the services, and focus on helping people, get better in their relationships. Just like Rich was saying here about his purpose in being a doctor, and money frees him up in order to be able to pursue that purpose more freely.
Well, and the idea I have behind what Rich said as well is, I believe that for financial freedom also brings the possibility of full self-expression. And what I mean by that is, if you're not constantly worrying about your bills or how you're going to make your next dollar, you have the ability to take the time to find what truly makes you happy and be able to express yourself fully in that. That way you're not just doing one thing to make money to be able to do another thing that might be able to make you happy. Like, that was something that was always a part of my life. I was doing, going to work to possibly make money so that I could do things that make me happy. And it's like, well, why not cut out the middleman and do both together? And, that's certainly a part of our mission, to teach people that stuff. And, it makes for a very happy and fulfilling life to be able to find that out for yourself, find that self-expression, because again, you're not going, oh, I better go work, a part-time job now just to pay the absolute survival bills, which I've done. I've had that life many times as an adult, just barely surviving. And it's very hard to take the time to go look for your mission, or fully express yourself when, you're just having to make the exact amount of cash that goes out so that you can at least live, have the lights on, and that kind of thing.
Right. And, and to give an example of that, if I was in employee mode, survival mode, all my energy is being drained because I'm not fulfilling my purpose, I'm wholesaling my time out, I don't have a scalable income that allows me, choice and extra time and freedom. For instance, last year, one of my big goals for the year was I wanted to make a short film. I wanted to learn how to do documentary filmmaking. And so because we were able to just work 20 hours. That takes a lot of time to learn that skill. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if we weren't in a state of being able to just work 20 hours a week on our business and have the money to take the class and have the money to, buy the equipment and things, or pay for the equipment, rent the equipment needed. And, that's enriched my life in a lot of ways, because it's taught me how to be creative in a new way. It allows me to express myself in a new way, to tell stories. But then also a nice additional benefit of that is, it really, because the documentary I made was about this local dance company, it really enriched their lives because it told their story in a very succinct manner. And they've been able to show that at their concerts and show it at fundraisers and benefits and show it on their website. And it's led a lot of people to, immediately donate money to them or to show up to their concerts. And so it's enriching their lives to do what they're passionate about. But that never would have happened if and I hope those benefits continue to reverberate from just that one. That's just one example out of my life last year. Yeah. And if I was in survival mode, that never would have happened. I wouldn't have had the mental capacity, the energy, the money, the time to express myself in that way and have those benefits not only for myself and for others.
Well, and it's funny because what the one guy was commenting on Mark is, Mark had put an amount of money he wanted to make each month that sort of helped trigger this. And one of the things we talk about in the academy and we like to talk about together is if there's a number amount, like let's say I want $50,000 a month or some crazy number like that. Let's just say $5,000 a month, to break it down on what actually that means. Because it's really hard for our minds to go, especially if the money gets big and crazy, like $50,000 a month. You know, most people go, including me, like, what does that look like? I mean, I know, let's say my bills are $4,000. Let's just say, we'll give examples. What do I do with the rest? I mean, it is, you know, actually breaking it down and knowing what that's going to look like, what you're going to be able to do with that, you know, and again, in terms of time, money, effort, just all the different things that you can do with that extra money is incredibly important, because I transfer it into what it's going to do rather than think, whoa, I've got this big chunk of money for no particular reason. Now I'm going to just go buy dumb stuff. I don't know, you know, like I don't try and do that. One of the things that I was able to do last year is finally basically contribute to groups that I was wanting to help. There's several podcasts that I give money to make it so that they can keep doing what they're doing in kind of an activist way that I don't have the time to do, but I can help fund them. Like that, being able to do that kind of stuff, that just drives me to no end. I mean, I would like to completely sponsor several different things with the money that I make. And again, all the money would be doing was an exchange of value from one person to us with Internet Business Mastery. Then I would exchange that value to somebody else so that they can, you know, exchange the value with others and with me. And, you know, it's just value exchange as far as I see it.
And, you know, the money thing, it's a metric. It is one way for us to measure our progress towards freedom and purpose. And so we do need to set those goals. But like you said, it needs to then translate forward to, well, what does that, you know, if I look at my money metric of where I want to be in a year and where I'm at now and then where I'm at next month and the month after that, it's simply a metric for measuring my progress towards those kinds of things that you just outlined. Now, a secondary kind of thing I want to mention about motivators for internet business, and we talked a lot about ourselves, and that's where it should start, what we want, what our purpose is, what our motivator is. But then, you know, a big part of internet business is having a market, having an audience that you offer value to. And in order for your business to be successful, your audience, your market absolutely has to know that you have a reason for being there and doing what you do that is not just limited to making money off of them. Because if that's all they think you're there to do is to make money, well, they're not going to stick around. Now, they need to understand that you are there to make money. I mean, we talk all the time about our academy and the things that we have to offer. And yes, we send emails with, promotions and links to buy things, but we also try to make it very clear in the content. I mean, this show being an excellent example of we're here for other reasons too. We're here to help. We have a mission to bring increased freedom to people's lives so they can have more happiness. And so we can have more freedom and more happiness. So hopefully we get that across in the content we put out there. We're not just here to make money by teaching people how to make money. We're here to, it's about a very specific, definite major purpose and very specific fulfillment factors that we have and want to bring to other people as well. So that's a secondary reason why this is so important to know what this motivator is for you, so that then you can communicate it through your content to your market and audience, because that is what they're going to resonate with. That's what's going to keep them sticking around and listening to you more and building up a relationship that then leads to influence, that then leads to them buying and benefiting you and enriching their own life through that buying action that takes place.
Yeah. So the number one motivator, freedom. Secondary, value exchange, equal value exchange, being able to give equally to the person that's giving back. So
exactly,
there it is, broken down.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to break it down. And so I guess the challenge we'd give to